What is good, everyone? It is your favorite multi-cardboard selling producer, Izoki. I'm going to show you how I produce this song right here.
Y ya no sé si nos vemos de nuevo, se nos sube el nivel y te brilla la cara y esos ojos café. No sé.
The artist is based in Spain. I am in Florida, in America. So the fact that I got to produce a song with an incredible artist across the world is just insane. I'm gonna break it down for you in the simplest way that I can. Take you to my screen and yeah, let's go. Also, the link to join my Discord community, IZOKICORD, is down below in the description. If you're an artist, producer, you make music in any way, shape, or form, or you like anything, you just want someone to talk to, down below, okay? See you there. First thing, some simple chords. This is literally the main chord progression. 3 chords. The last 2 chords are the same ones, just repeating. And the last chord just has 2 extra notes. I got the sound from Sky Keys, really dope plugin. Highly recommend. A simple 4-bar pattern. Super simple. The artist was going for something simple, something that will allow him to really express himself and try different flows, different melodies. So the key of this whole thing was to keep it simple. If you get anything out of this, simple. And the effects for that really just spiced it up. EQ, you already know what that does, but what I did for this, simple, just cut out the highs, a majority of the really low lows, so it won't collide with, 1, the drums, the snare, and the kick, and 2nd, the other melodic elements, which there really weren't that many of, but I liked how it sounded like this, so I made it like this, okay? Some chorus, really subtle, put the mix down, nothing really much to it. I just like how chorus plugins make your sounds sound, so yeah. Then added some simple reverb, this plate reverb. I don't know why I chose this one, to be honest with you, but this ended up being the reverb that I used. And the thing that gave it that was this EFX fragments, dream sequence preset, and it just added that little bit of character using granulization, which granulization is that. Yeah, that's really it for the first element. Simple chords, 4 plugins. Yes, todo, bro. Next, I added these plugs using Sky Keys again. Sky Keys is such an underrated plugin. If you're watching this right now, buy Sky Keys. It is very affordable compared to other plugins, other major VSTs, and you get more than what you pay for, bro. I promise you, these sounds are incredible. I copy and pasted the chords from the very first sound. Put the chords up an octave. I just pressed Control A to highlight all of them, then Alt U to chop them up like that. And that's it. That's what made it plucky. That's really it. Nothing really much to it. All I did was just add and these 2 notes right here because it sounded cool, and then I just used them as transition notes. That's really it. I didn't even really mess with the velocities. Wow, I didn't even really mess with the velocities, but it sounded dope to me. The artist liked it. That was the most important thing. You can make the most craziest beats in the world, but if the artist doesn't like it and it's too complicated for the artist, and your main goal is to produce for artists with an artist, then you done messed up, bro. Keep it simple, bro. I promise you, simple is more. Where's my proof? This song. Plugins for that, simple. The same exact ones as the other sound, except the EQ was the opposite of what the other one was. This one, I subtracted more of the low end, so the low end wouldn't collide with the low end from the chords, because the chords were the main harmonic elements, so I didn't want anything else to really collide with the chords. And the highs, just got rid of the unnecessaries, and that's it, bro. The plate reverb again, same exact preset, and I just put the blend, the mix down quite a bit. I kept it super subtle. Chorus, because I like chorus. And this ensemble by KHS, it's a free plugin. It's like similar to a chorus, but like as you see here, right, these little orbs floating around, it creates a union, like a union of the sound, and it like surrounds your ears, and it just sounds so full, so cool. But let me just show you how it sounded before then after. third sound, signature bass. You have to have bass in reggaeton. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you, whether it be from a piano, bass guitar, a sub bass, some sort of bass. Because if you don't, it's just gonna sound like something's missing, incomplete. But I feel like that's for every genre, you feel me? I feel like every genre needs some sort of bass to fill in that low end. But for this one, I used a sub bass from Omnisphere, Bass 2 Neon. I forgot from what bank it's from, but this is what it's called. How I did that was, my friend, I just copy and pasted the root notes of the chords, put this up an octave, and the dung, 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 dung. I just put the notes that were all on G up an octave, and I just put them down to make like a descending pattern so it transitions in a cool way to the next section. That's really it. Nothing really much to it. It just sounded cool and followed some really simple theory, to be honest with you, and just Control C, Control V my way through this. And I made it like this, right? Dun 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 dun. It adds more movement and it keeps you more engaged compared to a sub bass line that's just like it's all about the rhythm, bro. I decided to go with the pluckier, more constant pattern. Plugins for that: EQ. I just cut out a good amount of the highs so the highs won't collide with the melodic elements, the main melodic element, which is the plucks and his vocals, and it sounded good to me, so why not? And I added this distortion just to add some grittiness and some heat to the bass, you feel me? Because I felt like the bass was a little bit too flat, a little bit too cold, you feel me? So I added some warmth using thermal. And this L1 limiter stereo, I just added this limiter. It's a limiter, okay, as it says in the name. All I did was limit the bass from going past -9 decibels. So that way it just sounded controlled, you feel me? Because there are moments when the bass pattern, it could be going constant, right? Going at the same level, dun 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 dun. But then for some reason it goes up to -6, -3, a huge rise in decibels. So in order to prevent that, I put a limiter on. Nothing went past 9. And just those 3 plugins, bro, and that's it for that. For this cool little I honestly just got it from a MIDI Latino kit. Forgot which one, but I got it from the vocal samples and it sounded cool. So I just dragged it in here, put it down an octave, put these effects on it. EQ, you know what that does? You can see right here, some reverb, thermal for that grittiness and distortion. This KHS has, however you say it. It's just a stereo separation plugin, but it separates the sound in a more wider way. I like this one for vocals and it's free, so why not? Another EQ. I really don't know why I did another EQ, to be honest with you. I think this was an accident. This shaper box, which just added a cool filter effect. That's what gave it that underwater sound, to be simple. LX24 digital reverb. It's just a really cool analog reverb that added a good amount of character to it, and I liked it. Kept it super subtle, as you see here. The mix knob really down low, and this fruity stereo shaper to once again spread the sound out more, because the point of this was just to accent the melodies, accent the overall song, just give some life to the song, not be in the forefront, you feel me? Be in the background, be an accent, a supporting factor. I thought to myself, make it low but make it wide, and that's why that sounded like that. This is how it sounded like before, but with the effects chain. Like, come on, it's fire, bro. And the drums, I might keep it 100 with you, bro. I mean, as you see right here, it's just a drum loop. He wanted to use this drum loop because we were just on Discord making the beat together, right? One-on-one. Just because we're across the world doesn't mean we can't collaborate on music together. You feel me? So he liked this drum loop. I was gonna, put my own samples over it and spice it up a little bit, but he told me he really liked it, so I kept it, and it sounded like this. Super simple, bro. I kept it. I could have switched it, but I kept it because I listened to what the artist said. And I and the artist are a team, okay? If you're a producer and you're working with an artist, don't let your ego get in the way, bro. You're a team. If you don't want to be a team, you don't want another person telling you what they want and work as a team, then my boy, just stay in your room by yourself. That is always an available option. But if you really want to build up with an artist, you have to be a team and collaborate. When an artist asks you or tells you to try something, do it, because you never know how it could turn out. Combine both of your visions to create an incredible one, to create an even bigger one. That's the mastermind for you. I kept that and all those elements together sounding like this for the chorus. And the second vocal right here is the same exact as the first one, except just up an octave. Removed the negative 12 cents and kept it like that, so it's up an octave. And I just chopped it up in the back here. I think I just chopped up the beginning of one of these and copy and pasted them, so it created a cool stutter effect. And that's it, bro. Same exact effects as the first one. But now here, he continued the chorus. It was originally going to be the verse, but in the final mix, it ended up still being the chorus. I switched from the plucky bass now to a normal sub bass line that I was talking about. If I kept it dun 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 dun, it would have been too repetitive, too stale. Yes, the point of this song was to be catchy, all right? Catchy and simple doesn't have to mean repetitive. I kept the same exact sample, but I extended the bass notes, so now it's a dun. So it switches up a little bit from the dun 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 dun. And in order to make up for the missing dun 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 dun, I added another sound by copy and pasting the chords and doing this thing called Control A, then Alt A, and it made them into this by itself. Shout out FL Studio. It just arpeggiated the chords into singular notes, and I put it up 2 octaves compared to the other sounds. So that combined with the bass now sounded like this. You feel me? The rhythm kept going, but switching up the sounds, extending the notes, or vice versa with the notes really helps to keep the overall rhythm going, keep you engaged, keep the listener engaged. You feel me? Even if the drums are the same, even these little switches in the melodic sounds are really helpful to keep the rhythm going and keep the listener engaged. So all those together, 3 elements. Right here is where he starts the verse. No need to play that. You already heard how it sounds like. The sound like. But here, I did a cool thing. I just added a simple 2-step hi-hat pattern. To pick up the pace a little bit, you feel me? Something super simple, not too confusing, nothing too complex, something crazy out of this world, but just something to pick up the pace a little bit, add some more rhythm, and it sounded like this. It really allowed him to flow more, which you could hear in the actual song. Right here, it looks complicated, but it's not. All I did was copy and paste the chords into the synth. And simply made them a little bit shorter, so it's not dun dun, but here it's dun 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 dun. Gives you a little bit of a electronic house type of vibe, which was perfect to build up to the chorus. It gets you hyped up because this is the pre-chorus to the chorus. So essentially, you usually want to hype the listener up for the chorus. And I just added this cool vocal. Now the effects for the synth, which by the way is from Omnisphere. Omnisphere is goated till this day, and I only had 2 plugins, an EQ and a chorus, but the vocal, super simple. This is how it sounded like before. It sounded good, but I knew already in my mind what effects to put on it to make it match the vision I was going for. I put EQ on it, you know what that does already. Put some reverb, little tiny bit, some more reverb right here, except this one is such a dope reverb. This gave it that sidechain effect that no other reverb from my experience does. Rev intensity is incredible for vocals. It creates such a dope atmosphere that no other reverb can replicate. That's it for the effects, bro. And I kept the hi-hat going. Except I just removed the 3rd hi-hat of every bar, just to switch up the rhythm a little bit, you feel me? It's these little things, little details that make the biggest difference. And I cut up the drum loop a little bit, so now it's like dun, ba, ba. It gets you hyped up, and it's a really dope switch up from the rest of the song that you've already heard, the dun 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 dun. So now going from that to bum 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 bum, along with the artist switching up his flow, it's a perfect combination, bro. It's these little changes in sounds, extending, shortening, that really makes a song complete. You can be complex and simple at the same time. It's finding that perfect balance in between, but most importantly, working together with the artist to make both of your visions come true in the best way possible. One thing I haven't showed you is this. Just that riser, which I just dragged in, honestly, and added some reverb, pancake, just to pan around your ears, and that's it. Now this final part right here, I'm gonna just play for you. my favorite part in this whole song, honestly. You've already heard every sound besides this one, lead 2. I'm gonna play for you. It's from a one shot. Shout out Pariah Beats, Internet Money. Yeah, incredible, bro. I've been using lead/vox type of sound ever since I got his kit like last year. It's just so dope, bro. Let me play you the original sound, how it sound like originally. That by itself already sounded so incredible. And my main goal with that was just to play around with the slide notes. I can't really tell you how I did it because you can see it right here for one. And second, it's just practicing and knowing what slide notes would sound like. And I knew that the slide notes would sound dope with this sound. Instead of going down the actual note, you feel me? Like... I decided to stay on the same note, right? But instead, basically combine the two notes together and just create a dope effect that... I can't really tell you exactly what it does, but you could hear it, all right? And that's how I did it. But the effects are what made it what it is, okay? EQ, this is essential, honestly. Incredible melodic element. It's a lead. You already know how I feel about leads if you've been watching me. This cool Rift distortion plugin. Just a little switch up from thermal. What did this do? This just gave us some cool warmth, some fuzz. As you see here, the fuzz, some reverb, and this trance gate, bro. That's what gave it that. Bro, the way it just switched up, bro, the way it comes in, I honestly couldn't have done this without the artist there, because this was his idea. He wanted to switch up, a little drum switch up, just turn the whole mood up compared to the rest of the song. I don't remember exactly what happened, but this happened. I just added the lead on top of the other two sounds, the plucky bass and the synth. I just added this drum loop from FL Cloud right here, where it says sounds in FL Studio. If you have FL, you already know what's up with this, man. I just searched up techno drums to see what would sound good, and this was the first one, and I put it with the synth and the lead. And now, since I have a constant drum pattern going, I replaced the plucky bass with the extended bass notes and sidechain the drums to everything, and it sounded like this, bro. And that that was just personal preference, to be honest with you. It sounded cool, so I kept it like that. I was just experimenting with the drums, with the drum loop. I got that just to switch up things a little bit, add some more hype, turn it up a little bit more, you feel me? And that's that, bro. Then it transitions back with this short riser. That's honestly it, bro. The end, it ended with 1, 2, 3 of the plucks. Ended in a simple way, but in a non-generic way, you feel me? And what gave it that really reverby type of effect, this Valhalla shimmer, like an extreme reverb. Think of it as that. Yeah, think of it as an extreme reverb. Just sounded far away. It sounded pretty dope to me, so I put it on there for the outro. And that's really it, bro. The beginning, as you see here, the keys, the chords, the bass. It started with the long bass just for the intro. Then of course pick up the pace right here with the plucky bass on the second 4 bars. Then added the whole vocal pattern just for the intro. You heard the already in the bridge pre-chorus, but this is how the full pattern sounded like originally, just for the intro. With the same exact effects that you've already seen. That's it, bro. You can really see everything here. There's really nothing much more to say with this, besides this is one of the most incredible songs I've ever produced since I started producing, honestly. And the fact that it's with an artist across the world, literally in a completely different time zone, 6 hours ahead of me, is insane to think about. Wow, that's just crazy. And I'm blessed. I feel blessed. I'm grateful. Just know, find your artist. All right, I mean, don't go out searching, you feel me, just spamming a bunch of people, but be patient, work on your craft, and I promise you, you'll find your artist that has the same vision as you, the same work ethic as you, an artist that you could team up with, not only in the music, but in life. Listen, collaborate, because this couldn't have been done without the both of us. If your goal is to be a multi-platinum selling producer, I'm pretty sure you've heard this, but if you haven't, don't go out for all these huge placements where you're not Metro Boomin, where you're not Nick Mira, you feel me? How did they get to where they're at? They built up with artists, you feel me? Nick and Juice, Metro and Future, right? I found my artist, and because of that, I'm able to make this type of music and learn how to be a producer that produces for artists. I can make the most insane beats ever, but just because they sound crazy doesn't mean I'm gonna be a platinum selling producer, you feel me? Being platinum, achieving all these things you want to achieve with an artist requires an artist. You feel me? It requires a team of you and an artist. Build up with an artist you truly believe in, and I promise you incredible things will happen, bro. Because in general, insane things happen when you collaborate and you come together with people like you. Shout out Salamanca, shout out God, and shout out you for still being here, honestly, and shout out you for making music, watching this, because that just shows you're willing to learn something, and that takes balls, because a lot of people think they know everything when they don't. That learning never stops in this, bro. That's how you always keep winning, because you always keep learning, always keep growing, always keep being better than you were yesterday. That is how you win in everything you do in life. That's gonna do it for this one, all right? Remember, link to join my Discord community, IZOKICORD, down below. Let's collab, make beats, make music together. Anything, honestly, link down below. That's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you stream this song everywhere. It is out now on every single streaming platform. It is called Malaga. Oh my gosh, that sounded so white. It's called Malaga, and it's by Salamanca. I'm gonna put it down in the description, and I'm gonna play it at the end of this video, okay, so you can hear the final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Never stop doing what you love. You deserve this, bro. You deserve it. If I'm telling you it, a random stranger you just saw on the internet, then you can do it. This is your sign. I can believe in you, but it's completely useless if you don't believe in yourself. There's only one of you. Embrace that. No one does what you do the way you do it. No one is you and will ever be like you. Embrace that. Much love. See you in the next one. Stream the song. Izoki out.
Se cansó, hoy sale de nuevo y va con la amiga a beber. Bolso con verde fercho pa' prender en rosé. Brillos en el cuello pa' que la vean cuando esté. Pa' que. Y ya no sé si nos vemos de nuevo, se nos sube el nivel. Y te brilla la cara y esos ojos café. Nos escapamos antes pa' que no pueda ver. Y me enseñes de dónde vienes tú. Y ya no sé si nos vemos de nuevo, se nos sube el nivel. Y te brilla la cara y esos ojos café. Nos escapamos antes pa' que no pueda ver. Y me enseñes de dónde viene tu forma de ser. Veraneo y en Puerto Banús se con vos se maquilla y sale como crew. Si sube otro TikTok triplica los views. Si sube la nota mejora su view. Brillo en los ojos exclusive familia. Trae un piquete importado de Milano. Hoy rompe la costa esencial de Sevilla. Su noche no acaba, tiene algo en la mano.